A very good morning from Epcot, where you're watching Theme Park Worldwide, and we're here at our final Walt Disney World park today.
Here we are, home to Figment. I've got some new ears and I'm very excited for today because there's quite a lot of rides that I can ride, including my favourite, Figment.
Hey, it's also Epcot's International Festival of the Arts 2025. That started a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, it means you've got like all the wonderful art stalls around the park. There's some more food options, and you know what? We love this park. Also, finally, we're going to get to see this park now. The transformation is complete right in the centre, because even though back when we were here in February we got to see quite a lot of it without the walls, now all of it's open in the middle, including Communicore Hall, where they've got like a nice Disney on Broadway exhibition, so that's going to be nice to see. And of course, getting on lots of awesome rides, including Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, can't wait to get on there. Of course, you got Frozen in this park, Ratatouille, so many other awesome attractions. So come and join us as you spend the day here at Epcot. And I tell you what, isn't it beautiful? Look at Spaceship Earth just there, amazing.
So later this evening at the park, we are going to be watching the nighttime spectacular Luminous. We love this show, it is so good, so I cannot wait to see it again.
Lots coming up in the vlog today. You're going to be starting off though with a ride on Mission Space just here. This is one of the only rides really in the park that you can't do, isn't it?
Exactly, it's only this and Guardians. Pretty much everything else I can do, which is really good. And this is too much for me anyway, it makes me feel sick.
Yeah, you've got two options on here. You've got the green side, which doesn't spin as much, and then the orange side that is more intense. Yeah, let's go on, 15-minute wait. Now, as far as a complete experience attraction goes, this is certainly it. Like, you've got all the pre-shows and the build-up, and it really does make you feel like you're going on that mission. Like, it's fantastic how this is done. It just doesn't really get the ridership. I think it's a bit too much. Even the green side, 10 minutes, 15 for orange for the more intense mission. Yeah, it just doesn't really get the ridership anymore. But I really enjoy this. So let's go on the Mars mission. Fantastic queue line as well. Just the scale of all of this in here. Looks like it's a walk-on.
So when you hear the words "go for launch," you'll definitely want to hang on. Now, you've already been organized into teams, and soon each of you will be assigned a position: navigator, pilot, commander, or engineer. Good luck, Mars team. You are on the clock.
Hey, here we go. Go for launch.
Mission control, the tower is clear. They're all yours.
Oh, it's so intense.
Mission control to Mars X2. You are go and throttle up. Commander, initiate first stage separation now. Computer override initiated. Zero G confirmed. You're looking good, team. Lunar orbit insertion now.
So we've got all the different buttons to press here. We've all got our own positions.
Beautiful sight, isn't it? Something to dream about on the way to Mars. Engineer, activate hypersleep. Mars landing site. Proximity alert. Pilot, deploy the shield now. Computer override. Shield deployed.
We're ready for deorbit burn.
Navigator, fire rockets for descent.
That's me.
Now. Rockets fired. Fall back.
I'm trying.
Left. Hold left. Watch the hanging all. Now right. Ease it left.
They're coming in too high.
Back to center. Just hold it steady. Runway ends in 1,000 feet. 200 feet. Watch the barrier. 15 feet. Pull back. Hang on.
just seen some highlights there from my ride on Mission Space, and I tell you what, it's a very intense experience. It does give you plenty of warnings though before you go on, and obviously if you don't like something spinning really fast, you want to be going on the green side or maybe avoid it. It's definitely the most intense ride at Walt Disney World, and one of the most anywhere in the world. There's nothing quite like it. It's like a 4-minute experience where you're actually sat on the simulator and you spin round really fast. You can also tilt backwards, forwards, and yeah, you really do feel it. It's one of the only rides I've ever known to actually have sick bags in there just in case people need them. Luckily, I've never been in there when someone's been sick, but yeah, it's a very forceful experience as you're spinning round. You've got the screen kind of right in front of you. If you get claustrophobic, it's also not for you because you've got the over-the-shoulder restraints and you're very like boxed in, you know. Luckily, it's only for a few minutes, and they've got like the AC blasted in there as well, so you don't like get too hot and sweaty whilst you're in there. But it's a great overall experience. The pre-shows really build it up, and of course that story about the mission to Mars. I always do really enjoy getting on there though, but blimey, it's definitely too much for some people, and you can see that with the wait times. Always love getting back here to Epcot. It's just gorgeous with all the palm trees and Spaceship Earth over there. An amazing park. Now, one of the major attractions is closed at the moment for refurbishment, and that is Test Track. It's actually been reimagined. Now, I never got to experience the original version of the ride back when it opened. However, I'm hoping that the new version is going to bring some of that old charm back again to it. It closed last summer. Originally, it was going to open again this summer, but it's now going to be fall, later in the year, when Test Track Reimagined will be back open. But you can see they've built like a new canopy out the front, replaced the old one, and it's a great ride. We do really enjoy it. So I'm excited to see what the reimagined version will be like. Hopefully we'll get that when we return later this year. Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind opened here at Epcot back in May 2022, and it really is an incredible indoor roller coaster. In fact, it's the longest indoor roller coaster anywhere in the world, and I can't wait to get back on it today. Hey, there goes the monorail. Now with Guardians, even though it's into its 3rd year of operation, you still need to get into a virtual queue. There is no standby queue for this attraction at the moment. You need to get the virtual queue at 7 AM on a morning outside of the park. You need to be up in your hotel and get it, or after you've scanned in after 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in the park at Epcot, and then you can join the virtual queue. I do hope that hopefully soon that's dropped and you can just join the standby queue, because I know a lot of people just want to be able to join standby, especially at the end of the day, where you still need the virtual queue at the moment, or of course you can pay extra for the lightning lane. But luckily, I did get up at 7 AM this morning. I managed to get a virtual queue, Group 52, which is great. So yeah, I'm riding it this morning. One of the first rides of the day for me. Brilliant. Let's go. I do love this queue line. So cool, isn't it? Here in the wonders of Xandar Pavilion. Now, even though it is a virtual queue, you sometimes do still wait a little while to get onto the ride. Based on past experience, this probably might be about 15-20 minutes, including the pre-shows. Yeah, not too bad at all. Sometimes it is all the way back. Obviously this morning it's been running well. Or it depends if it has any downtime and things like that. But yeah, I hope the virtual queue stops soon, I really do. Just want to be able to join standby.
We are never far removed from the natural world.
The model is awesome to look at here in the queue line.
One of our core principles. Our lush, exotic gardens are the envy of the galaxy.
Well, that only took 7 minutes to get here to the entrance to the first pre-show. It is quite pre-show heavy, this attraction, but I'll put in a few highlights for you now.
As you have seen, your world and ours were born of the same moment, one which you refer to as the Big Bang. As such, we are all galactic neighbors in a vast universe which we and countless others share. For you to travel to Xandar would take 2.5 million years.
Welcome, Epcot Terrans. I am Centurion Tal Merrick, and we're just about ready to teleport you up to the ship for the demonstration.
And the cosmic generator is gone.
Cheerio, Monarch. Go to Code Red. Prepare the fleet. And call the Guardians. Now!
There is no cause for alarm.
I need to alert Nova Prime.
I have been watching Terrans for eons.
That's not crazy at all.
This species has failed.
Wait, whoa. We didn't even know there was a test.
It's got the cosmic generator. It's creating a new jump point.
Jump point to where?
Not
Now the pre-shows do last about 10 minutes. The second one is definitely the best of the two. And then you arrive here in this really heavily themed station. You can look through the windows here at both sides. It's definitely one of the coolest stations out there for a coaster. Really well designed in here from a throughput point of view as well. It's great because obviously you've got a double onload and a double offload for this coaster. Just look at the details in here. And yeah, these trains are some of the best in the business, of course, from Vekoma. I really hope we see more of these out there around the world in the future. They're just so comfortable. 4 riders per car just there. And obviously you've got 5 cars in total, really comfy, and huge lap bars on here as well. Let's go and ride. Yeah, waited like 20 minutes including the pre-shows.
Okay, they're headed for the jump point. This plane is never gonna work. Rocket! Well, okay, I've locked onto your vehicles.
We'll be right behind you.
Nothing to worry about.
Unless we cannot stop this unusually large man, then you're likely doomed.
Good luck! Noise? No one's gonna stop rock and roll from existing. What have we done?
I think we're jumping back.
heroes. So, do you really think they deserve to be called heroes? Did you see how they dress?
It's just a figure of speech, Drax.
You're lying to them. Now I understand.
Welcome to the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, you just seen some highlights there from my ride on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Ended up waiting about 20 minutes, including the pre-shows, which is fantastic. The great thing about that ride is that it's so long, it's so smooth, and it's really enjoyable. Vekoma spinning roller coaster with a controlled spin on there, and it's fantastic how you're going around all the planets and the different scenes in there. Obviously, lots of projections. There's not like loads of props and things around. It's mostly projections and lighting. With the backwards launch, all that lighting and effects around there is incredible, and that's definitely my favourite part of the ride. Obviously, with this being based on Guardians of the Galaxy, it has got the different kind of pop music on there, which, you know, isn't my sort of thing. I do prefer themed audio on a ride, but still, I know it is all part of the theme with this being Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a brilliant ride. I always really enjoy it. Everyone's always got their arms in the air, having so much fun, and just the sheer length of it as well. The longest indoor roller coaster anywhere in the world. As with any footage, though, that you film on a GoPro of an indoor coaster, it never really does it justice, does it? I only put a little bit of footage in. Actually, the ride station to station is like over 3.5 minutes. That is a really good long ride. And whilst I was on there, Charlotte's been somewhere else, haven't you?
So I went to get a slushie and I went to go meet Name Man himself, Figment. We was dancing, we was holding hands, we was hugging. It was brilliant. I love meeting Figment. What a legend.
It was ideal because you went straight over there to the Imagination Pavilion, and I just got off and you just come back.
Literally, as soon as I came back, Sean had come off and I got to meet Figment, and he loved my ears. He was, oh, it was lovely. It's so nice.
Did you tell him that we're having a baby boy?
I did. I told him that we was having a baby, and he went, oh, and he was brilliant.
And it's quite funny because the baby's been kicking quite a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, like baby's been kicking like so much, like, and I was waiting in the queue and he was proper going like mad with kicking, which was so nice. I think he knew that I was really happy meeting Figment.
Oh, amazing. It's another beautiful day here in Orlando, Florida, and we do hope that you've enjoyed all the different vlogs that were uploaded from our trip. We've had an absolutely amazing time, we really have. Seeing and doing so many things really has been fantastic. A great way to start 2025. Look at Spaceship Earth there though, it's amazing. This is my favourite ride in the park. I've always loved Spaceship Earth ever since I first came in 2014. And we're going to take you on here now. I don't think it's amazing though, the fact they built a full massive dart ride inside. Incredible. Look at it, it's the fact that it's raised up on the stilts as well. I just find it a phenomenal building. It's not just the ride inside that I find special, but the whole thing is just beautiful, it really is. Spaceship Earth opened with Epcot back in 1982. You got this beautiful mural as you're making your way in. Yeah. Wait about 10-15 minutes there, not too bad at all. It's an omnimover attraction that tells the story of communication.
With your parents' arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle.
Our knowledge on 10 walls. There's only one small problem. When we move, the recorded knowledge stays behind. And the birth of the high-tech life we enjoy today. There are copies of some of these books in the libraries of the Middle East, being watched over by Arab and Jewish scholars. The first backup system. The books are saved, and with them our dreams of the future. Now knowledge can travel as fast as these new books, and travel they will. Books make it easier to invent the future in every field, and result in an incredibly special invention we call the Renaissance.
In preparation for your return to Earth,
Shall we? On your computer screen, answer a few questions for us. Then we'll show you a new world.
Oh, a beautiful journey all the way to the top of Spaceship Earth. On your way back down, you answer a few questions just here now, then it's going to show us what our future's going to look like. Hey, there we are. So basically it takes your photo at the start. There's Charlotte on a bike.
What was cycling with no hands?
No fuel, and your green hope conserves generates its own energy.
It's always so funny.
Your garden is
you?
filled with fruits and vegetables.
Hey!
Water or distilled seawater.
There we are having our tea. Hey! Cheers everyone. I really still find it incredible how back in 1982 they managed to fit a 15-minute dart ride inside that building there, raised up above the ground, Spaceship Earth. Beautiful, it really is. And that story of communication, all the animatronics, the audio, just comes together in an amazing ride. And throughout all the different scenes, you gradually climbing all the way up there to the top when you look back at Earth. And of course, you rotate backwards and come down. And that's where you answer the questions and get the funny little video as well.
We love that. I've not actually seen that video before. Normally, we try and beef it up a little bit so we get like different ones every time, but I've never seen that one before. It's just so funny, but normally we pull funny faces.
Yeah, that's the thing, just like changing it and answering the questions different each time. But no, I love Spaceship Earth, always really enjoy it. And of course, when it's hot outside as well, you can go on there and sit in the beautiful air conditioning and be immersed in a fantastic ride. Like, it's great. I think that's the thing for me. I love all the practical sets and animatronics. As an audio animatronic lover, that is really one of the best. I think it's certainly one of the best classic dark rides out there. It really is. I'm just going to have a little walk through Moana Journey of Water now. Been over for a few years now here at Epcot, and yeah, it's always a nice little walk through. No queue or anything for this, you just kind of stroll through. It's an interactive experience. Very well themed though, nicely landscapes. Here we go, let's make some music through the water. Don't know how well that's picking up. Loads of interactives in here. That's why I enjoy it so much, I think, because it's just so interactive. Great views of spaceship as well, through the trees. You have to kind of wave at the water here and then it all comes up out the bottom. This is really cool. You actually walk through the water and you walk up to it and the water parts just like that. Oh! Hey! You got a blue tongue there, Charlotte. Oh, it's lovely. About 28 degrees Celsius today. I'm going to miss this weather when we get back home. It's been lovely. Really nice. Yeah, they did a great job of this. The landscaping, the rock work. Great for the kids as well. The positioning of this is perfect here. Spaceship just there. And all the water. Wow. Really nice walkthrough. Hey, so yeah, this one you got to kind of wave your arms up like that. There you go, and the water comes over. The more people that wave, the more water you get. Very cool how it all works. And that's Journey of Water. I do really enjoy that walkthrough. We're going to head into the Seas with Nemo and friends now. Standby wait of 20 minutes. Not bad at all. I do like this part of the queue line because it's like you're queuing underwater. Pretty cool. Like all the shipwrecks and the lighting. Let's go and ride. What's quite cool about this Omnimover attraction is that you get in on the side. I like that, and you kind of face the side all the way around. Just how the scenes were designed, which is pretty cool.
Oh, science is great, there's so much to know. Climb aboard, explorers, it's time to go. Oh, don't worry.
Hi, I'm Dory.
I am looking for my son!
Ooh, I can help.
It's Nemo! Stop playing games!
Games? I love games. Ooh, I'm thinking of something pink and bouncy that looks like a balloon.
Ah, jellyfish!
Right. Okay, now I'm thinking of something pink.
Slip over and say goodnight, your old pal Bruce. More salt, mate. Fish are friends for food.
This is a really cool effect in here because obviously we're sat at the side in our clamshell facing out, but it looks like we're going a lot faster than we actually are because it's surrounded by the projection dome. Whoa! There's Crush just chilling out, laying on his back. Brilliant effect that is. In a big blue world. In a big blue world. You can't help but sing along on that ride.
You have to sing along. I really like that. I just wish it was a little bit longer because it is a bit short.
Yeah, it's quite short. Obviously, it used to be not themed around Finding Nemo, and it was just based on like the seas here. But I do love how you look in at the end there and see the actual aquarium, and then how they've done the effect there with all the characters. It's really well done. And obviously, you exit here in the big aquarium area. You've also got Turtle Talk with Crush, which is great fun down there, like an interactive. And yeah, it's always worth having a little look around in here when you come off the ride. But we waited a little bit longer than advertised, but still not too bad. Awesome in here. Huge aquarium. Does remind me a little bit of the big tanks that you see at SeaWorld Abu Dhabi, and we loved it there. It was incredible. The best aquarium we've ever seen. And it really does make the ride, the fact you look into this there with never end scenes. And some other really cool effects in there, which I do like. Love Finding Nemo. Oh, wow, look at the turtle just here. Beautiful, aren't they? Wow. Hello. And that's the seas here in Epcot. Oh, what a stunning day. It's actually one of my favourite views here. And what I've always liked about the monorail that brings you down from the Transportation and Ticket Centre by Magic Kingdom is that when you come into Epcot, it actually brings you through the park on this circular loop here as well, where you get a really nice view looking in, and of course of Spaceship Earth. Also World Showcase, which is one of our favourite ever areas in a Disney park. And we're going to be heading to World Showcase later. If you're wondering what all the banging is, got some street theatre just over there. Banging on the bins, I love it. Always like this signage for the Land Pavilion. The fact it's a waterfall at the back always looks awesome. And you got two attractions in here, of course, Soarin', the Flying Theatre. It's had some updates since we were last here. And along with that, Living with the Land, which is a boat ride. We've also got a really nice restaurant down here at the bottom, and if you do like your character dining as well, you got the Garden Grill restaurant over there, which is for character dining. I've never been in there before, but I have ate downstairs at the restaurant there, quick service, which is pretty good. It's like proper old school Epcot in here. It's got like nostalgic feel about it. "45-minute advertised wait for Soarin' around the world." A little bit longer than I'd like to wait, 45 minutes, but I reckon it'll be overestimated. They normally are the queues here at Walt Disney World.
Hello and welcome to Soarin'. My name is Patrick and I'll be your chief flight attendant. We'll begin boarding in a few minutes, but first I'd like to acquaint you with some important safety information.
minutes there for soaring around the world. And as I mentioned just before we came into the land, they've actually done some updates to the two final clips that you see there on soaring. The first one being Paris. Instead of seeing the Eiffel Tower a lot closer, you now see it further back. That was always a lot of people's feedback, including myself and Charlotte, that when you were so close to the Eiffel Tower, it always looks wonky, didn't it? It was like you were seeing it on a slant. So they've redone that, which is great. Along with that too, they've updated the finale scene where you're flying over Epcot, because obviously they've done all the central part of the park and all the changes there. So they've now updated that too. So you see that, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. You can also see the little LED lights as well that they've got on Spaceship Earth. But no, it's always great getting on soaring. It's the smells, it's the music, and it's overall a really good fun attraction. I didn't wait too long. And in general, I'm not a massive fan of flying theatres. However, my favourite one is also here at Walt Disney World, and that's over in Animal Kingdom and Avatar Flight of Passage. Right, we're going to go on Living with the Land now. 10-minute wait for the boat ride.
I like Living with the Land. It's really unique when you go through like the greenhouse and stuff where they're growing all the cucumbers.
You gave it a miss soaring, didn't you, today?
I did. I wanted to sit down in a nice cold orange. It was lovely.
I believe you can ride it though. You want to?
Yeah, I can ride soaring. I just fancy to sit down. I had a nice cold orange and a cookie, and it was lovely.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's go. 10-minute wait for a look through the greenhouses here at Epcot. We're only waiting a few minutes there. So yeah, there's a slow-moving boat ride. It's got some really good theming actually, and of course it's very important telling you all about how we live with the land, hence the name of the ride.
Constructed to us, to nature, it's a new beginning in the sun. These elements, when combined with sunlight, create the diverse living systems of our planet. These dense and beautiful forests cover only a tiny portion of the Earth's surface, but they contain more than half of its plant and animal species. Rainforests are also extremely rich in
smells so nice in here.
Oxygen, food, medicine. In the desert, nature has created a very different, but no less beautiful living system. And while this arid landscape may seem lifeless, it is very much alive. Over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American farm. Today, we're learning to live with the land, discovering better ways to grow food that will assure both human and environmental well-being.
Now we've just gone through the dark ride scenes, and it brings us out here into the huge conservatories that they've got.
To our living laboratory,
all the different plants.
Where scientists from Epcot and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking.
Hidden Mickey right there in another conservatory.
Most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. We hope you've enjoyed this unique journey through our living laboratory.
ever since Epcot opened back in 1982, it's always been about education and showing different things to people that they might not necessarily see. I think it's nice how they've kept living with the land. It's a nice boat ride, doesn't really get that big of a wait, and yeah, also lots of information that you find out on there about plants, and they also actually sell some of them in the park as well, which is quite cool.
Yeah, they had some lovely juicy cherry tomatoes growing on the vine, which was really nice.
Yeah, it's a nice little attraction. I do like it. It's a good sit down as well, and like I say, it all goes into that education aspect that Epcot's always been about, and you even see that with some of the newer editions as well. Right then, we're heading into Journey into Imagination with Figment now.
Best ride going this, best ride, I love it. Figment, lovely cheeky little purple dragon. I love this ride. I could just re-ride it and re-ride it and re-ride it.
He's just great though, isn't he, Figment?
And I've got my little ears on.
Hey, new ones that you got this trip as well.
Yeah, these came out like a few weeks ago, so I managed to pick them up, which I was really pleased about because I thought they'd be sold out.
Right, let's go and head over into the Imagination Pavilion. Here we are, entering the Imagination Institute for an open house tour. Dr. Nigel Channing, there he is. Advertised wait of 10 minutes, but yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit less than that. Figment. Any other Figment fans out there? Comment down below.
Special drive-through open house. I'm Dr. Nigel Channing, Chairman of the Imagination Institute. Hello. On your tour, you'll see how the 5 human senses can help capture your imagination.
Oh, can I go too?
Absolutely not. This is one of our discoveries, the figment of imagination.
Yeah, I know all about the senses. There's sight, sound, smell, touch, coochie-coochie-coo, and taste. Tastes like chicken. Can I go? Please, please, please.
Your ears are hearing 1,000 thoughts. Can start appearing, and each of us imagines different things.
Continuing now, if I may, in a calm, scientific, figment-free manner, the things we see with our eyes can control the eyes of the imagination. Let's begin by using the eye chart to test your vision. Now, all together, if you would please read line 3.
With F-I-G-M-E-N-T, you can see things differently. One spark of light can light your fancy. Your mind sees more than what your eyes see. You're free. Just turn your imagination loose and anything can happen.
Trigger the imagination, especially when pleasant, familiar smells come into play.
Come into play? I'd love to!
This is not a good time.
It's always a good time to use your imagination, so let the good times roll! Woohoo! You win 1 cent!
Oh, yes, that really stinks!
Great idea! We'll go to my open house instead. It's much more fun. Right this way, everybody.
Figment, what is going on? You're turning this entire open house upside down.
Upside down? Now you're talking. Innovation, imagination really comes around. Makes down tied up and upside. Is it me? Imagination is the brains of the house.
Figment in the bath there.
I know a shortcut. Can be a dream come true. With just that spark from me and you.
Inspiration is at the heart of all creation.
Oh, we had an enjoyable ride there with Figment, didn't we?
I love that ride so much. I have such a huge smile on my face. Like, I remember the first time we came in 2019, I was like, wouldn't it be amazing if when you got off the ride you could meet Figment? And now 2025 you can. He's right over there.
Yeah, he's been meeting here for a good couple of years, hasn't he now? And it always seems to be popular. We've just closed the queue off now because he goes for a little break and he comes back. But it's like earlier on, you know, it was a big queue for him,
Yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was all the way back, but it moved quite quick. But I just love him. Like, he gets lovely cuddles. He's so cute and so happy. I just love him.
There's such a demand for him still, which is great as well.
It's so nice to see so much merch and like people like really loving Figment because he's such a lovable character.
And that's the great thing with Festival of the Arts that's going on right now. It's like Figment's festival, really. He's on the branding, he's on the merchandise and everything. What a guy. We love him. Figment. Hey, Figment. Figment!
You on my head.
Hey, he really waited a few minutes there to see him. Now he's off. Off he goes into the dream port. Figment! Oh, the meet and greet's amazing. They just love how the monorail goes through at Epcot. Amazing. I love this park so much. And finally, we're seeing this central area without all the walls. Last time we were here in February 2024, there were still a few walls up around this area, known as Communicore Hall, but it is now open. It's going to be our first time seeing this. Now, it was just a bit of a seated area when it first opened. There wasn't really much to it, but now they've put in a 30 years of Disney on Broadway exhibition, so we're going to have a look through there now. I tell you what, they've done a good job with the buildings around here. I do like how all the tiles match with Spaceship Earth as well. It does look great. Oh, this is really cool. Much better use of the space than just that seating area when it first opened. Last thing though, they did say when they first announced Communicore Hall many years ago that this was its intention to have like exhibitions and things in here. Yeah, this is fantastic. And as someone that loves going to the West End in London and Broadway in New York and any sort of shows, yeah, this is really fascinating to see. With the Lion King Mask and Puppet Workshop over here and lots of information as well, telling you where everything's from, which is really cool. Yeah, I love that. There's Pumbaa, the big puppet. Loads of different costumes here from the shows, which is awesome. Part of Disney on Broadway. Hercules, of course, that's going to be coming to London's West End, so excited for that. And yeah, we did have Frozen as well, which ran for many years, which I really enjoyed. And with it being Festival of the Arts, you've got like all these different posters and we've got a lot of portraits and pictures that have all been painted. There's Figment. Hey! Really cool. Yeah, it's a lot of the Festival of the Arts merchandise. Got like a Loungefly bag and the ears and things just here as well.
I'm not a massive fan of these, to be honest. I'm not a fan of how Figment looks on these.
No, you like more the original stuff, don't you? Oh, they've done a really good job with this exhibition in here for Disney on Broadway. 17 Cherry Tree Lane. The model there, the actual stage and the set, Mary Poppins. This one's cool. So of course you've got the scene there of Elsa and Anna's bedroom in Frozen. Yeah, you've got like the theatre and all like the side of the stage just there. Amazing. Shame it's left London. I loved Frozen. Mufasa costume there. And of course Ariel right next door as well. The genie and also Aladdin. And this is the costume studio for Aladdin as well, just here. Yeah, amazing how much work goes into each individual costume and just incredible, isn't it? Yeah, they've done a really nice job in here. I look forward to seeing what other things come into Communicore Hall in the future. Hopefully more than just seating. Like, this is great what they've done. That was really nice in there. And it's not just Communicore Hall, but all of this area is actually opened up since last time we were here as well. You got a stage area just over there. All the lighting. Yeah, I bet this looks really good at night round here. They got some live music, live musician just over there, which is nice. Phantom of the Opera. So yeah, for Festival of the Arts, they've got like a lot of these tents and lots of different booths where you can buy artwork as well, which is really cool. You'll see a lot of these when walking around World Showcase. Love live music in the parks, adds so much to the atmosphere, and it's nice just seeing all of this finished. As much as I think, you know, it still probably looked better before they started doing all this work. It's a lot better now than having all them walls up like they were. I think what would have really made this area is just seeing a big fountain package in the middle. It looks the part at night, this though, because of course you've got all the lights in the floor and it's all synced up with like a light show on Spaceship Earth, which is really nice. And it's good to have more greenery and seating around here, but I think a fountain package would have really finished that off beautifully in the middle, much like the old Fountain of Nations. But still, there's no walls up around here now, and yeah, it's nice to have it open, especially at the end of the night as well, when everyone's finished watching the nighttime show, Luminous. It's a lot easier for everyone to get out of the park. And they've still got the Figment Gold statue here as well. They put all these around for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. And yeah, it's nice how they kept them all out.
They also have over the back, it's a Figment cafe. So they've got like Figment cakes, you can get the popcorn bucket. I did actually buy the popcorn bucket the other day. And I'll be taking that back with us because it's so sweet. But oh, it's just lovely how much Figment's around. Look at his gold statue.
He's great. Right then, we've done all the front section of the park. So we're making our way this afternoon now into the evening. It's a World Showcase. Now also for Festival of the Arts, Disney actually bring in artists to do this chalk art on the floor just here. I mean, how amazing is this? I really do love this one with the monorail and Spaceship Earth, and there's loads of them. You got Groot just over there as well. Yeah, these are incredible.
These are so good.
Nemo and Dory just there, another one of Spaceship Earth.
The Lady Doom one.
Yeah, so talented. So we have arrived here now in World Showcase, and looking out over the lagoon just here, 11 different pavilions to represent 11 different countries from around the world. And always love coming here to Epcot, walking around all the pavilions, seeing some of the entertainment that they've got around here. There's loads of food options and also some attractions as well. Yeah, this is stunning, it really is. The lake is absolutely huge. You've also got the setup there in the middle that they're starting to bring out for Luminous, the nighttime spectacular that we absolutely love. So I'm looking forward to seeing that tonight as well. But yeah, we're going to make our way first through Mexico, and then we're going to head round to Norway for Frozen. Welcome to Mexico. So yeah, we're going to have a little look inside just over there. This main part of this pavilion's all indoors. Now they do normally have a ride in here, which is the Three Calabaros, but yeah, it's closed at the moment, the Grand Fiesta Tour, for refurbishment. But yeah, you can still go inside. But even though the ride isn't operating at this time, it's always still worth coming in here for a walk around, because it's beautiful. You got a couple of restaurants in here, and also all these little stalls, like a little bazaar that they've got going on. And even though the ride is closed for refurbishment at the moment, the restaurant is still just as beautiful here. And they've kept like all the seating looking really good there at the back, because obviously normally you see the boats going past down there at the back. Yeah, you wouldn't know that there was, you know, even a ride there when you see it now. That's the thing though, with 365 parks, they've got to do the maintenance to keep everything operating as well as they can do throughout the year, and January is considered like the off season, so it's a good time for parks to be doing the maintenance here in Orlando. There's also a really nice restaurant looking out over the water down in Mexico as well, and they often have live music just down there by the World Showcase Lagoon. Strolling around here now into Norway, home of Frozen Ever After. Looking forward to getting on this again. Always enjoy Frozen. Not quite as spectacular as the one we did at Tokyo Disney Sea though.
Oh, that was so magical, that was. Like, literally, we were both sat in the boat crying.
No, I couldn't believe it. Like, obviously, Oriental Land Company that own the Tokyo Disney Resort take things to the next level. They've also got this beautiful wooden Norwegian church just here. Yeah, they've also got one of these at Europa Park in Germany. Very similar. Stunning. And we've got an advertised wait of 50 minutes, 50, for Frozen Ever After. Not too bad though in the grand scheme of things. I've seen this on much bigger queues. So yeah, 50 isn't too bad, and it's a great ride. I do love this. Beautiful buildings though here in World Showcase. Love the waterfall just over there, and who remembers Maelstrom, the old boat ride that he used to be before Frozen. I remember riding that when I came in 2014 for the first time. I'm glad I got to ride it. I really enjoyed Maelstrom. You used to see like the turnaround just up there where the rocks are now. That closed also in 2014, and then Frozen opened in 2016. Well, I've been waiting just over 40 minutes so far. Yeah, the queue's been moving a lot slower than we were expecting. To be honest, during our trip here to Walt Disney World, the queues have been moving at quite a good pace. But yeah, this definitely has been a lot slower than we were expecting. But we do love this ride, so I'm looking forward to getting on. Yeah, there's quite a lot to look at here in the queue line with all the buildings, and it's always night time in here. It's got a good ambience. It's just very slow. Hey, nice little trip here into the sauna. Nearly at the merge point now. Well, we've waited an hour exactly for Frozen Ever After, front row. Let's go.
Come on, let's go and play. You're going to Elsa's ice palace. Let's do it. I'm going, and it'll be so beautiful. See you there.
On a day very much like today, Anna saved her sister with an unselfish act of true love and thawed a frozen heart.
Would you say that we're related or guess?
Let's just call it
To test the limits and break the right The cold never bothered me anyway.
Just makes sense.
I always really enjoy riding Frozen Ever After, and as much as the queue took a little bit longer than we were expecting, it was great getting back on there.
Oh, it's such a great ride that is. I love how Olaf walks out. That's always my favourite scene. It's so sweet.
Right at the start. Yeah, it's great like how the story's told on there, and of course you make your way up the lift hill with that awesome music which really builds you up into the Ice Palace, where you've got Elsa there, and that whole kind of reverse scene with the backwards drop is brilliant, and you can get like the smoke at the bottom as well, which is great, like a really good mist effect. The animatronics are great in there, as much as they are the projection animatronics, much like you find at Magic Kingdom on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. They're still really good, aren't they?
They are. I got quite wet on there, to be honest. I've got a wet bottom after that one.
Yeah, you do get quite wet there on the front, but it's great. I like being on the front because you're a lot closer to the action on there. See the scenes a lot better, kind of without people sat in front of you as well. It's a great ride. Obviously, in terms of the Frozen attractions out there, this is sadly now the weakest, but it was the first. You know, it's 9 years old. Obviously, we're getting Frozen Ever After at Disneyland Paris opening next year, but that'll be very similar, if not almost identical to the version in Hong Kong, which we're looking forward to. We enjoyed Hong Kong's, didn't we, as well?
Oh yeah, that was really nice. I'd like to see this updated a little bit in the future with the projection heads, because they're not the best.
Yeah, that's the thing, like the proper like animatronics are a lot better that are coming to Paris, and they're also on Hong Kong as well. And of course then you've got Japan's at Tokyo Disney Sea, which is just next level. And make sure you check out our Disney Parks playlist, where you can see lots of Disney vlogs from all 12 of the parks across the world. This is always the best time to stroll around World Showcase as the sun's going down. The camera doesn't do that justice, but the sunset tonight is amazing, and you can see it just over there behind France here at Epcot. Yeah, all these boats of all the cast members that have been setting up for Luminous. Obviously all the barges are out there now, and we'll be looking forward to watching that tonight. Strolling around into our next country now, China. Yeah, I would like to see more attractions come to World Showcase in the future. I really like the fact that, you know, Disney have hinted at adding more rides and things around the lagoon, because I think, it really fits. As long as they're done tasteful, I think, it's definitely great adding more attractions, because it's more capacity around the park, And yeah, a lot of these pavilions, you can kind of just walk out the front of them, but you can go like way back into them. And we actually did a full detailed tour a little while back now on the channel, where we added like a deep dive into World Showcase. We went into each pavilion, we watched all the shows. It's like in there, you've got reflections of China, which is really cool. And you've got like meet and greets and things. And yeah, we did like a proper good detailed look around World Showcase, its own vlog. So you can find that here on the channel if you haven't already seen it. This is one of my favourite views over here though. You've got Germany just there on the left. Italy straight ahead there, and of course America on that side. Look at that sky though now. That is beautiful. Just behind the Swan and Dolphin Hotel, around there by the boardwalk, which is just outside the back of Epcot. So obviously this is like the only Disney park here at Walt Disney World that's got 2 entrances. It's got one down here at the back, the International Gateway, that leads to the hotels. Now this is the unofficial Africa pavilion that they've got here in World Showcase. As I mentioned earlier, they have got 11 countries represented, but originally there were plans to actually add a full Africa area. So they kind of started down here at the front, but then never like built the rest of the pavilions. Yeah, that's why you've got a few buildings around here, like an unofficial little Africa area. Obviously, when Animal Kingdom opened in 1998, they built Africa in that park, you know, which is great, and Harambe. Yeah, you kind of got that early style of building around here, and obviously that went on to be in Animal Kingdom. Obviously with it being Festival of the Arts, you got all these little booths around at the side with some gorgeous artwork. We've seen some really nice ones. Figment there, you've got the partner statue with Walt and Mickey. Really nice. Mickey and Friends on Space Mountain back there. Yeah, there's some really nice ones. This one's cool with Big Thunder Mountain. That's a nice one. Hey! And the gorgeous castle there. Yeah, some of these are amazing. Like, you know, some of them are varied prices, obviously. Like this one here, $975. But, you know, if you've got the place to put something like this, maybe like a nice dining table or living room wall or something, you know. But you can just get the prints, which are a lot cheaper as well. But yeah, like the big like canvases and paintings, you know, are quite expensive, as you'd expect though for a piece of work like that, because they are stunning. Very talented, the artists that do all of them. We're heading round into Germany. And of course each pavilion's got their own little shops, some food booths. If you didn't know already, what's awesome about World Showcase is that each of the 11 countries have actually got cast members from them countries as well, which is amazing. Like, you go into the shops and restaurants here and cast members are from Germany, you know, that's what really makes this so authentic. I'm glad they brought that back as well, because obviously during COVID there was none of that for a couple of years. I'm so glad that wasn't one of the things that got scrapped, you know. I'm really happy they brought that back. But yeah, some of these shops are amazing, and all the buildings. We've got a beautiful beer garden restaurant down there at the back. It's nice, I always say it, but it's like a little bit of Europa Park here at Walt Disney World. Obviously we go to Europa Park in actual Germany quite a lot. One of our favourite theme parks out there in the world, along with, of course, all the Disney parks. And this is always a favourite place of mine, the miniature railway that they've got around here. Really cool. Here in the Germany Pavilion. Love to build something like this in the garden. It's great. Into Italy now. You know what would be even more amazing for World Showcase is if they expanded with a couple more countries. I mean, they have got the space. Like, you look on Google Maps, they've got quite a lot of room back here. And what I always find quite interesting is, you know, they kind of future-proofed it when they built the Skyliner a few years ago. They built it that the Skyliner is quite a little bit further back than the like the back of Epcot itself. So it's great, you know, they have thought that in the future, you know, if they ever want to like really expand these pavilions further back, they can do. I'd like to do Epcot for New Year's Eve again at some point. I've only done it once and it was amazing. Like, all the pavilions like having their own entertainment and like DJs and everything. Like, yeah, Epcot New Year's Eve was spectacular. I think a number of years since I last did that, but it'd be really cool to do that again. Little donkey just over there. So nice. One of the best views of Spaceship Earth from over here as well. You see it there in the distance, really nice. You realise just how big it is, don't you, when you see it from the other side of a massive lagoon. And it's all the smiles around here, all the different foods and the music that really makes it. Yeah, they've got the big stage over here as well, so at the moment they've got like the Disney on Broadway artists performing there, which is really cool. And we're halfway round, we made it here to America, the American Adventure down there at the back. There's an awesome animatronic show in there. We won't be watching it today, but again, you can see that in our kind of deep dive vlog that we did from World Showcase. And of course you got the Regal Eagle Smokehouse barbecue just down here. It always smells so good. Yeah, and the food's pretty nice in here. That evening ambience in World Showcase is just perfect. I'm looking across the lagoon there and seeing Spaceship Earth all lit up. Stunning. The American Adventure. And now I'm not on about the theme park that used to be back in the UK. It closed. Oh, I used to love visiting there though. Yeah, it's not actually too busy this evening here around World Showcase. It tends to get a lot busier during the Food and Wine Festival, obviously later in the year. When we normally come in September time, that's always on, and it gets very busy because they've got a lot of extra food booths. You got quite a few extra ones that they bring in for this festival, but Food and Wine gets very, very busy. Beautiful evening for a stroll through Japan. Probably my favourite shop around World Showcase is that one right over there. It's massive and it goes all the way back. You got a big restaurant above there too. That's also one of the best places to watch the fireworks from just up there. Because then you get this view looking out, which is always iconic. You see some of the best photos and videos that people take of the fireworks from back here. Yeah, them lights on Spaceship Earth, they were the best thing to come out of the 50th anniversary. Always look amazing. Yeah, and fun fact for you, originally they were planning to actually build a near clone of the Matterhorn bobsledders at Disneyland, but it would have been based on Mount Fuji, and it would have been right at the back there. So you would have been here looking out at a roller coaster. Like, how awesome would that be? I mean, I'd love to see that concept come back in the future. Like a second coaster for Epcot. Obviously, they've only got Guardians. How amazing would that be? A nice, heavily themed coaster here, right at the back. I can just imagine like a big mountain there. It'd look awesome. Really would. I love all the lighting around here as well. Like, it's so simple. We just got a lot of spotlights shining on the pathways and everything. Always looks really cool. More of the little art tents that they've got at the side. I think it'd be nice if they could theme the tents in a little bit more World Showcase. I mean, that's a great thing about Food and Wine. All the booths, you'd think they were here permanently. Like, they're all, you know, really well themed in. Obviously these tents don't look quite as good, but the artwork in there is amazing. You gotta think it is only for a couple of months whilst the Festival of the Arts is on. Morocco. And surely we're going to be heading on to our final ride to do here in the park. Yeah, I've done them all then today. Remy's Ratatouille Adventure over in France. Walking around the streets of Paris here now. We're in France. I'm going to head round to Ratatouille. I do really like how Disney brought Ratatouille here to World Showcase. Obviously it opened at Disneyland Paris way back in 2014, so yeah, like over 10 years ago now. Opened here a few years ago and it was a nice addition. That's always a great view. All the fountains there and the backdrop with the Eiffel Tower. And yeah, it really extended this pavilion because you never used to be able to walk around the back. And obviously now you can do. Ratatouille's entrance is just off to the right there. And it really opens up the pavilion round at the back. You enjoy Ratatouille, don't you, Charlotte?
It always makes me laugh when he goes, "It's summer!" I love this. I love the scene where you go into the fridge. That's my favourite bit because the theming in there is just excellent.
Well, we mentioned earlier on how Epcot's got a second entrance into the park. That's the International Gateway and it's right there. Really handy there if you're staying down here at the boardwalk, which is about a 5-minute walk around the corner there. You can get the boats as well. And you've got a few different hotels in that part of the resorts, and that connectivity with the Skyliner that takes you to some of the other resorts, and of course down to Disney's Hollywood Studios as well. It's the same with the boats, they take you down to Hollywood Studios. Yeah, it's great. I do love this part of the resort. This, and of course the area around Magic Kingdom. Best parts of Walt Disney World, like really nice. Now the great thing is, since we were last here, they have now brought in the single rider queue on this, so we're going to go single rider. Main queue is advertised at 50, so yeah, let's go single rider on here. Obviously we do this all the time at Disneyland Paris, our local Disney park in Walt Disney Studios, and yeah, that's had a single rider since it opened. It moves so fast because it's a 6-seater, 3 across. Yeah, like it moves really quick, so we're going to go for that. Charlotte's bought me a donut as well, which is really nice.
I've just said, can you hold this while I put something in my bag? That does not mean it is for you. It is for me.
That's it. It's gone. It's been taken off me just like that.
See you later.
Wait. Always worth looking out for the single rider when you're at the parks. If you don't mind splitting up from your party, you can save a lot of time. Let's go and see the wrap. All moving nice and fast so far, the single rider queue. Yeah, and even though you are not in the main queue, you still get to see some of the great theming here, which is fantastic. Obviously the main standby is on the other side of the chimneys, just there, hidden away. We waited just under 20 minutes there in the single rider queue, and they couldn't find any twos from the main queue, so we ended up riding next to each other. Yeah, it happens sometimes that with single rider. Let's enjoy Ratatouille.
Chef Remy is waiting for you. This way.
What?
Mais oui, that's it.
Hey guys, the food is for them, not you.
What are you doing? Que manigancez-vous? Out of my way!
Vous serez toujours les bienvenus chez Remy. À bientôt et bon appétit. Migo.
Au revoir.
This way. You are always welcome at Bistro Chez
you just love trackless dark rides? Like, you go back 20 years, can you imagine having something like this now? Like, it's amazing, it really is. And we always enjoy Ratatouille, don't we?
I think that is a brilliant ride. Like, I love the movie, so to go on the ride is even more special. But that scene with the fridge, it's amazing. Every time I go in there, I'm looking for different stuff. There was big peppers and big onions. The smells in there are great. It's so much fun.
I like the big fish hanging up from the ceiling. And Walt Disney Imagineering did talk a little bit about the original plans for this ride, obviously in Paris. They wanted to do the whole thing a bit like that fridge scene and have it all practical sets. But then they realised that really, you know, it would have been like a lot of work, wouldn't it, to have done that?
A lot, but it's so much fun.
It is, it's great. Obviously, you know, you've got the big like projections in there, and it would have been amazing if the whole thing was done with practical sets. But it's still a really good ride. I do like the fact it mixes the practical sets with the projection areas. And the trackless ride systems are great, aren't they? Like, they've come a long way over the years. Yeah, it's good fun. I love the music as well. And we're going to continue now walking around the rest of World Showcase. And then coming up shortly as well, we're going to be enjoying Luminous, the Symphony of Us, the nighttime spectacular on the World Showcase Lagoon. Looking forward to that. Just going to cross over the English Channel now to the UK. Hey! Back here in the UK, you got the Yorkshire County Fish and Chip shop over there. Delicious fish and chips. Of course, you got the Rose and Crown, where you've got the actual bar in this side. Then there's a restaurant over on the back as well. Always do enjoy having a little stroll around here. That's the thing with World Showcase. It's kind of like a polished version of all these countries from around the world. If this was really back home, there'd be like graffiti at the side and bin bags and stuff like that, you know. But that's the case with a lot of the countries, isn't it? It's like that clean Disney polished version of like how a perfect like England would be, isn't it?
Like without any rubbish or anything like that. The streets are clean.
Yeah, like everything's just perfect, isn't it? Like not like chewing gum everywhere and stuff like that, you know. The one that's probably the most accurate out of all the countries is Japan, actually, because it's so clean there. Yeah, I do like walking around here. I'm still a bit gutted that they cancelled the Mary Poppins attraction, because that was going to go like round here at the back, and obviously you do get some lovely live music here. I'd like to think they would have kept that somewhere around here as well. But yeah, right at the back there, they were going to do a Mary Poppins ride, like a spinner ride, which were doing really good. Peter Pan just up there as well. Lovely. Yeah, just over an hour to go until the show tonight. And we've made it up now to our 11th and final pavilion to walk around here. Our little stroll around World Showcase tonight. We're here in Canada. Yeah, there's also a great spot to watch the fireworks back here. Yeah, it's all closed off down the back there at the moment. That's the thing, with it being January, February, it's like the off season. So you tend to see a few more construction walls at this time of the year than you would do other times. But yeah, this is a great spot to watch Luminous from. Back here as well, looking out over World Showcase.
One thing we did want to point out about Walt Disney World, if you saw our vlogs from Disneyland Paris early in the year, they actually did something called a Bambi Pass, which was amazing. Like, we got to skip the queues, we didn't have to wait for shows and stuff like that, but if you come to Walt Disney World, unfortunately, they don't offer that and you do have to go in the main queue.
Yeah, it was like a pregnancy pass, wasn't it?
Yes, it was like a pregnancy pass. You wore it on your wrist and you got to skip the regular lines, then you got like VIP seating for shows. It was so good. I wish they'd bring it in here, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they don't have it in line, you know, with it all like being the Disney parks. Yeah, that is the great thing about Disneyland Paris for pregnant ladies. Beautiful. Oh, Canada. And yeah, there's a beautiful movie that you can watch down there in the theatre at the back, and there's a little pathway that leads through the rocks, and there's all like waterfalls, which is really pretty too. That's the thing with these pavilions, you know, don't sleep on them. Like, you've got a lot of areas further back where there's things to see. And yeah, make sure you check out that detailed vlog that we filmed from World Showcase in the past. And we've seen some amazing artwork for Festival of the Arts as we've been walking around, but I tell you what, this has got to be our favourite from so Disneyland. Nice. Sleeping Beauty Castle, the Matterhorn, the Pixar Pal Around, and of course Grizzly Peak on the left there.
$4,310.
Woo! Well, what a brilliant day we've had here at Epcot. And shortly we're going to be watching Luminous, the Symphony of Us. Best place to watch this, in my opinion, is right in the centre, just behind that building there. They've actually got two of them buildings. You want to be in the middle of them both. for the best view looking out over World Showcase. We fell in love with this show. We really enjoy it, don't we?
Oh, the music in this is lovely. The fireworks are great. It's a really nice show. It's really underrated, I think.
I think so too, and as much as I still loved Illuminations, Reflections of Earth, this show is a lot better than Epcot Forever and also Harmonia, so we're really not a big fan of Harmonious. I think this is great, so we're going to get in position and we'll put in some highlights over the next few minutes from Luminous, the Symphony of Us, here at Epcot.
A rhapsody of rhythms that unites us and connects us through commonalities of the heart. Becomes a duet. We experience great loss. We find that the melodies we cherish are gone. And for a moment, we are playing alone. sound of each other. Symphony of Us.
Every time I watch Luminous, I just fall more and more in love with it. We've always enjoyed that show since we first saw it, but you know what? It just feels like it gets better and better. It's phenomenal, isn't it?
I think that show is absolutely beautiful. It's so powerful. The songs in there are lovely. The fireworks are fantastic. I just love it. There's nothing I'd change about that show. It's brilliant.
It really is amazing. Now, Illuminations, Reflections of Earth was so close to my heart. I was gutted when it left all them years ago. And you know what? I do feel like this is a worthy successor. It's an amazing show. I really do like it. You know, Epcot Forever and of course Harmonious were not really our cup of tea at all, especially Harmonious. I think this show is incredible. It fits Epcot so well. It was getting cheers and claps throughout the show, wasn't it?
Everyone was just loving it. Like, people had such a huge smile on their face, but rightfully so, because it is so good. It's been done so well.
We're definitely going to watch it numerous times whilst we're here at Walt Disney World and make the most of it. No, Luminous, an incredible show. And when we rocked up 5 minutes before to get that spot around there as well, like, you don't need to get there really early, and of course you can watch that 360 all the way around. And talking to 360, then perimeter fireworks on the lagoon, still never seen anything like it, you know.
Oh, they are so good. Like, people absolutely love those. Like, they're fantastic.
Great day though at Epcot. Got all the rides in today. I've been on everything. The main thing is Charlotte's been able to do a lot here today.
Oh, that's the thing that's so nice about this park. There's so much that I can do, which is really good.
Got back on my favourite, the one and only Spaceship Earth. Look at that, incredible. Along with that, really enjoyed getting on Frozen. That's fantastic. Ratatouille. Did Soaring. Did the Land. Done done everything. Like,
Figment, don't forget about
Figment. Like, well, that's why I'm leaving for you, you see.
Figment, and we got to meet him. Well, I got to meet him twice.
Yeah, because we went back and I met him there, which was cool. And of course, great getting on Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind as well. Brilliant indoor coaster. World Showcase is amazing. This park has just gone from strength to strength. It went through a rough few years, Epcot, you know, when all the construction was going on. It felt like it was having a bit of an identity crisis, but it's back. You know, I love seeing the Communicore Hall area. That's really nice. And seeing what they do there in the future. It's a brilliant park. I absolutely love it, and we've had a great day, and thanks for joining us. And that is all from our Walt Disney World theme park vlogs, isn't it?
Oh, I can't believe it, but we have had such a fantastic time, and if you haven't already, be sure to check out all the previous videos that we've done from Walt Disney World.
You can see them all in the 2025 playlist from Florida, and also in the Disney Parks playlist as well, with all of our Disney vlogs. But thanks so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it, and that leaves us with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding! Goodbye, everyone!